For more than 3 years, Brandon Blackstock, best known as Kelly Clarkson's ex-husband, fought a battle few people even knew was happening. He was dealing with a serious form of skin cancer, malignant melanoma, and the fight was mostly kept behind closed doors. Friends and family say he didn't want pity, and he didn't want headlines. But earlier this month, that quiet battle came to an end. Brandon passed away at just 48 years old, and the news sent shockwaves through both the entertainment industry and the people who had followed his rocky, very public relationship with Kelly Clarkson. The loss hit Clarkson hard. This wasn't just the man she once called the love of her life. This was the father of her two young children, River and Remington. Hours before his death, Kelly canceled her Las Vegas residency shows for the rest of August, choosing to be at home with her kids. Fans who had seen her on stage in recent weeks noticed something was off. During one performance of her emotional ballad Piece by Piece, she seemed to hold back tears. For Kelly, that song has always been personal. It's about finding someone who could rebuild the trust her father broke. And despite their messy divorce, Brandon was once that person for her. After Brandon's passing, his half-brother Shelby spoke out first. He painted a picture of a man who was full of life and humor, who loved deeply, and whose loss will leave a hole in many lives. For Kelly, that loss is complicated. In the past year, she's been juggling the pressure of single motherhood, a demanding career, and the emotional weight of knowing someone she once loved was slipping away. And even with everything that happened between them, sources say she was there for him in his final months, making sure their kids still had moments with their dad. It's not the first time Clarkson has had to navigate personal struggles while in the public eye. She's been filming the 7th season of The Kelly Clarkson Show and was set to return to The Voice as a coach. But insiders now say she may step back from the live shows to focus on her family. She's also taken unexpected breaks from her talk show before, missing several tapings earlier this year without giving a public explanation, something her friends say was about protecting her children from speculation, and speculation has been constant. Her divorce from Brandon was one of the most talked about celebrity splits of the last decade. Kelly and Brandon's story began in 2006 when they met through his father, Brandon Blackstock, who was then Kelly's manager. At the time, Brandon was married, and their connection didn't turn romantic until years later. By 2011, rumors swirled that they were dating, and Clarkson herself later confirmed they'd reunited at the 2012 Super Bowl, where she sang the national anthem. Just 10 months later, they were engaged, and by October 2013, they were married. For Kelly, this was the love story she didn't think she'd ever have. She had openly admitted she never pictured herself getting married or having kids until she met Brandon. Becoming a stepmom to his children from a previous marriage made her want kids of her own. In 2014, they welcomed their daughter River, and in 2016, their son Remington. The arrival of both children was celebrated publicly. Kelly even announced her second pregnancy on stage mid-concert, breaking down in tears while singing Piece by Piece, but the cracks started to show. According to friends, the couple had differences in lifestyle and priorities. Kelly thrived in Los Angeles, surrounded by her work commitments, while Brandon preferred a quieter life in Montana. She wanted more children. He didn't. And when the COVID-19 pandemic forced them into lockdown together, those differences became impossible to ignore. By June 2020, Kelly filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. What followed was anything but a quiet split. The divorce turned into a long, bitter legal battle. Not only were they fighting over custody of their children, but Kelly also faced a lawsuit from Starstruck Management Group, Brandon's father's company, accusing her of unpaid commissions totaling over $1.4 million. Kelly countersued, claiming the company violated California labor laws by acting as an unlicensed talent agency. The legal war dragged on for months, spilling into the press and adding fuel to already tense co-parenting. Custody documents revealed deep trust issues between them, and by mid-2021, Clarkson asked the court to officially declare her single. She reclaimed her maiden name and braced for the financial settlement ahead. Brandon's demands stunned many, over $5 million a year in spousal support, plus hundreds of thousands more in monthly child support. He also sought millions in attorney fees. In the end, The March 2022 settlement required Kelly to pay him $1.3 million and $45,000 a month in child support until the kids come of age. Through it all, Kelly kept her focus on her children. She often described herself as a mama bear whose kids came before anything else. Even after the divorce, she made sure Brandon was present in their lives. And that commitment didn't change when he got sick. Sources say that in the last year of his life, she took time away from work to help coordinate visits, prioritize the kids' emotional well-being, and ensure they had memories with their father despite the illness slowly taking him away. Brandon's official cause of death was complications from malignant melanoma, with his death certificate noting seizures as a significant contributing factor. He died peacefully in his Montana home, surrounded by loved ones. For Kelly, this chapter isn't just about grief. It's about balancing public life with private pain, something she's had to do more than once. And for fans, it's a reminder that behind every headline about celebrity drama, there are real families, real kids, and real loss. As Clarkson steps back from some of her work commitments, people are watching to see how she navigates this next stage of her life. She's no stranger to resilience, but this time, the challenge is deeply personal. It's not about rebuilding a career or fighting a lawsuit. It's about helping her children heal from the loss of their father while carrying her own grief. In the end, the story of Kelly Clarkson and Brandon Blackstock isn't just one of love, divorce, and legal battles. It's also a story of how two people, despite everything that went wrong between them, found a way to stand together in the face of something far bigger than their past. And while the headlines will fade, the impact of these past few years will shape their family forever.